A new standalone ministry tasked with fixing the housing crisis will be up and running in a couple of months. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Development will roll units that are spread across 3 departments into a one-stop policy shop in charge of affordable housing, homelessness and large-scale developments. The housing sector's backing the move, though they warn there's still a lot to do to make sure more houses can be built faster for those in need. Our economics correspondent Patrick O'Mara reports.
The Housing Minister Phil Twyford is in no doubt his new ministry can make a difference.
It's only a small part of it, but it will deliver a better result.
This will help fix the housing crisis.
It certainly will help us to fix the housing crisis.
The new organisation will be cobbled together from housing units in the Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment, Ministry of Social Development and Treasury, and will officially start operating in October. It will cost $8 million in the first year. Salvation Army social policy analyst Alan Johnson says a dedicated housing ministry that speaks with one voice is a step in the right direction.
Look, I don't think any of those ministries have done housing well, and they've always had a patch to look after, and probably never really been able to think about the integrated whole.
National's housing spokesperson Judith Collins disagrees, saying the new ministry is a waste of time.
A new office, a new logo and shifting the desks for the officials has never actually built a house in the past, and I don't think it's going to do anything now.
Judith Collins says the country's housing woes are well known and reforms to the Resource Management Act are needed to make it easier and quicker to build homes. Industry representatives such as the Registered Master Builders have some sympathy with that point of view. While its Chief Executive David Kelly believes a cohesive policy approach will help, he says the new ministry must address crucial issues such as council planning and consents, as well as the infrastructure for new subdivisions.
Housing doesn't sit on its own, and it needs to be connected to those other broader issues related to the Resource Management Act, related to the need for infrastructure and how local government works.
Sorting out the ministry's priorities may require some diplomacy. The Salvation Army's Alan Johnson says dealing with homelessness should be at the top of the ministry's to-do list, rather than the government's KiwiBuild plan to build 100,000 houses over the next decade.
Our view is that we address the homelessness issue first. The KiwiBuild thing is an important medium-term response that we need to make, but we just need to get on with building state houses and other forms of social housing because that's where the biggest need is.
A housing strategist, Leonie Freeman, says it's crucial the new ministry also provides a detailed plan to show how policy decisions will translate into large-scale housing developments.
What we would like to see is a bit more detail behind how it's going to work, and to understand and see what is the housing plan, what are the targets for key areas around the country, what are the milestones so that we know we're on track, and who is actually accountable for delivering that.
Phil Twyford has pledged 1,000 KiwiBuild homes by June next year. So far, 30 houses are expected by December. His critics will be counting each new home to make sure he meets his promises. For Checkpoint, Patrick O'Mara.